And a pretty sweet year for the town of Newport, home to one of the biggest names in basketball, Cooper Flagg.
And it's about to get even sweeter.
The ever-expanding Empire Sweet Cheeks Bakery is opening a new location in Newport. This will be the bakery's fourth 24/7 spot. That means instead of staff serving up your favorite treats, they'll be available around the clock in vending machines.
You'll be able to find Sweet Cheeks in the Newport Plaza, located at the intersection of Main Street and Moosehead Trail. Owner Jonathan Beal says they should be open there by September 1st. That's also around the same time they're hoping to have Sweet Cheeks Diner in Bucksport open too. Wow, big things happening.
It's just expanding around the state. And if you've never been to Sweet Cheeks, might I suggest the Cream Horn if you want to dabble?
Been a few times.
Been a couple times, yeah. It's great. So congratulations to them on their continued success.